Why is everyone late? Hello. Old Oak says a Valium. Oh God, a Growlium. A Valium, a hot cup of tea, and Dangerfield. What a great Saturday arvo. Indeed. But it was those little fuckers that got me in trouble a while back. So be careful. Now, I'm not patronising you. You might be scripted them. You might have been addicted to them for all your life. You might know exactly what you're doing. If all of those are the case, no worries. It only comes from a place of care. But I thought I knew my way around my narcotics, and those little fuckers caught me out like you'd never know. And out here, they're $1 for 40. That's 10 mil. Nice to see you, though, Old Oak. Hope you have an absolute cracker. Alphabet Cat. Oh, come in, Dangerfield. Oh, I'll stay for a while. Stay forever. Nice to see you. Hello, Cheryl Peters. Johnny Redpill Seed. Oh, we got plenty of people in. What's going on here? Hello, Anglo-Saxon. Hoita. Dennis. Hoita. Grego. Those things can make you fall asleep on your keyboard. Oh, mate, I've woken up with like my keyboard in like you know, what's it, embossed into my forehead. There you go. Right, I've got the full Adolf on the go there. Hey, hello, Gaff. How are ya? Yep, hello, Ralph. Oh, that's not Ralph. That's Mr. African. Afternoon. Should be able to see this stream through. Was walking before. Little exercise. Always time for a little bit of exercise. That was an odd one. Nick Fullerton, a new name. He says, oi, oi, fellow wankers. Hello, me old wanker. Nice to see you tonight. Wishing all the best, your flogs. Nice one, Nick. A hair in the gate. Hello, mate. You all right? Are you? Good. Now, did anyone... Hello, Skull and Bones. Hello, Ian. Hello, Riggs. Well, yeah. Well, this is the question. I've got an Ethernet cable. We covered this morning, so I won't go into the whole story, but you missed how I crashed my motorbike. Oh, I put my life on the line, really, to get the picture working. But I have to say, this is the test. Because the morning stream's usually all right. This is the test. Will this early evening UK, late evening, like it'd be midnight by halfway through this stream, my time. So this is oh, Nick, look, listen, mate, this is a lovely community. We pretty much everyone else in the chat has known each other a few years. We had a few new people recently who come from Devon's stream and from when I had Bearing on and from the shorts. But yeah, man, as long as you're all right, you're welcome. That's all it takes. But I'll tell you what, that ban hammer comes down very rapid if you're an arsehole. That's just a fact. Scar is on the firm. Hello, Mr. Scar. Did I just see a Moslab? Hang on a minute. Afternoon, Scrubs. Wife birthday today. My wish for all... look. How can a man with a tank, an RPG on his shoulder, and an MP5 say that my wish for all of you is to find someone as wonderful as I am? In many ways, Moslab is my hero. I'm not even joking. What an absolute winner in life. It's just lovely. He's done it. He done it. Now, look, I had a stream about this. Don't judge other people. Don't judge your insides by other people's outsides. Don't judge your feelings by other people. Don't judge your emotions by other people's appearances. But the man had a nice big family. He's got that. Worked hard. Bought property. Bought land. Still buying land. Invested. Worked hard. That's what life's about. It's exactly what life's about. Now, I know life can throw you the occasional swerve ball and curve ball. I never know what one it is. Does life throw you swerve balls or curve balls? Are they the same thing? Vote now. Sorry, I'm a little bit today, and I don't know why. I'm a little bit Marzipan, is that you all right as in all right, or all right as in the quality is good? I mean, as I was saying this morning, I won't dwell on it. I just burnt my hand on something cold. Remind me to tell you about burning my hand on something cold. Not then, but that nonsense that just spilled out of my north and south reminded me of something. Usually over here, there's a bit in the middle, which is the Wi-Fi thing. And it's never there permanently. But when it's all going a bit, oh, hang on, oh, you might disappear for 5 minutes, it appears, the little triangle with a boop, 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 with the lines in it. But because I got the old Ethernet cable, yeah. This morning's stream was all go. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. We had a little buffer at the end, but I'm blaming Ball for that. I clicked it and YouTube went, hang on a minute, someone wants to watch Ball's music. And they went, nah, hasn't had enough hits. He's used it too much. That was the problem. Now, I know some of you are going to be a little bit disappointed, but it is traditional scrubbery, but it's bottle form. Look at that. Found a bottle of it. Now, I like a tin. I like to get my finger under it. You know, I like to... But, you know, and that's too much for me. That's far too much. Watch me drink it all. You dog's got tits. I've just thought, imagine some new people are here. They think I've actually got Tourette's. You fucking have, you dozy cunt. Hang on a minute. What's this? Cheryl Peters has dropped a 10-bit before the grift began. And she says this. Let me get the grift started proper. It's also my oldest son, Logan's, good name for a son. Oh, that's a great name. It's also my oldest son, Logan's birthday today. Can I get a Dangerfield community shout out to wish him a happy 37th birthday? Yeah, let's have an L in the chat for Logan, and I'll give him a Scrubs fart and tart and tay. Logan, ready? Fart and tart and tay, Logan. That stuff don't grow on trees. If that's what you want, here's the place to get it. Nice one, Cheryl. Wish Logan happy birthday from the Scrubs. Nice one on getting that grift started proper. Right, let me get it started proper too. This is lovely. Ethernet. I'm so... You know what I've worked out as well? I can run the cable along the wall and then just across the floor, but I'll do the old gaffer tape. You know when you play gigs and that and you have to gaffer tape your wires down further to the back so that my girlfriend don't go and break her chick. So I'm going to do that because this is just a different life. Street life. Hang on. Ethernet life. It's the hardest thing to do. Ethernet life. Ethernet life. Honestly, I don't know why they invented Wi-Fi. And I'll tell you what else happened, which is mediocre in content and but sparkling in delivery. Thank you, Cheryl Peters. That's very kind of you to donate. Exactly. We had no ballware this morning. We got a buffer in ballware. He was talking about, well, everything just works. And also now, do you remember when I was saying about when I go in my bedroom, which is just there, ladies, my phone doesn't even work on Wi-Fi in that bedroom, one room away. Oh, it does now. Does now. Because my phone isn't drawing from the router. So that's quite incredible. The Wavesmith is back on the firm. Says this. I meant to say I burnt my lips on a Knox cartridge. Laughing gas you're talking about? My dentist asked how I did it, but I was too embarrassed to say. He'd have probably known all about that. If you think those dentists don't hit their own nitrous oxide, come on. What dentist wouldn't? I got 6 gold teeth, and I swapped them for a few jars of Valium. Yeah, well, I won't go into the rest of that story. Nice to see you, Wavy. Good one. Right. I will have a look now, Rags. I've got no videos prepared. I've just... oh, yes, I did get that, but I can't, Rags. I can't. I will, but not today. Pizzle says, you hate me, Chris. Why you hate me? I don't. I absolutely don't. At all. Yes. Well, this is what I've learned. I mean, so far, touch wood, I haven't even had that little warning. It's just working. Picture quality good? Buffering anyone? Any problems for anyone? Don't you dare lie, because I can see you. All right, Rob. Getcha. Get that grift on. Yeah, I haven't even got it on, have I? What the frick is happening? Right. This is Saturday night. I want this fucking grift on. You all right there? You can support the channel by joining the channel. You can become a member, and then you get the nice little badge next to your name, like you'll see old timers have in the chat. See, we've got Debbie McGee, you got Elvis, you got Paul Daniels, we've got Clint Eastwood, and it moves on to, I think, Sid Vicious is the. Oh no, you've also got Bridget Bardot. And Sid Vicious, I think, is the top of the pops, as it were, there. But I also will be doing private streams for the people, for the members, next week. So at some point next week-ish. But that happens. And what we do in the private streams, because there's only like 10, 15 people in them, we all get on the screen. And it's like sitting down at your local boozer, but without being there or drinking and everything else that it isn't. It's like this, but more of me, but you. Okay, good description. So that's how you can support the channel. The other one is the super chat, which is the dollar symbol, which is just down there. If you observe the praying mantis, it's all in the knuckles, all in the knuckles. You can just do that, or you can do entropy. Entropy is preferred, really, because you don't give a bean to YouTube. But I'll put that link in the chat, and then I will replace the pinned comment with that. Oh, I didn't even pin a comment. So the entropy link is now pinned. Right, as I always say, and really mean, I don't expect, this isn't my full-time job. I don't expect to make a living out of it. I don't expect to get rich out of it, but I do expect a few quid. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort in, and the scrubs do well. Sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes it's heartbreakingly good, but it tends to average out. So it works. It's the grease or oils, the cogs of the machine that drives to your hearts. If you knew how much that was hurting my neck, you'd have stead. You'd have stead. That's what happens to people who don't stop. They stead. Start. Stop. Hang on a minute. What the fuck? Ragnar. There you go. Straight in. And I'll tell you what, Rags, while we're on that one, I spoke to Rags. It was lovely. Well, I spoke to him on the screen yesterday. What have I got to do? Thank you, Rags. Much appreciato. Now you're an old man. I suppose you're getting your pension, is it? Don't give me your pension, Rags. No, there was. Thank you, Rags. That's much appreciated. Oh yeah, there is a 1-to-1, but it's like 80 quid or something. I don't set the prices. YouTube does. You can get that one. You'll get 45 minutes of me going, this is awkward. It wouldn't be, actually, but no one's ever. One bloke went for it, and then I was like, what? Someone actually wants a 1-to-1 stream with me. And I was like, all right, that'll be a laugh. And then I got an email saying, Chris, I tried to become a member, but I pressed the wrong button, and I'm 80 quid down. I don't want a 1-to-1 with you. I was like, when you say press the wrong button, do you mean sobered up? Oh, that's a terrible shame. Keys to the kingdom, but there you go. Better to be, I always say, better to be moaning about work you've got than moaning about work you haven't got. That is the thing. You are likable though, Ish. Who is Ish? Have a good night at work, Keys to the Kingdom. Hope it goes all right. Everyone does, really. It was Agister that had me crash my scooter this morning, bastards. Now, thank you, Ian Marr. You see, the old £1. If everyone give a £1, we'll be laughing. Thank you, Ian. Very kind. Now, I don't know if I'll show you it. Actually, I'll show you it, and we'll see if we can score some prizes. It's prize time. Yeah. Prize time. It's angry prizes. Right. Speaking of angry prizes, so which bastard am I doing an impersonation of? You can also have the film. Nick, I will get back to you shortly on that one because there's something you might be interested in. But I will do. The problem is there's been so many further explanations, but there is something I can tell you that will make you all very excited. Well, moderately excited. But first of all, people, when I was shilling this stream, I made a little short. Now, I want the character, the name, or the movie that I was doing an impersonation of. Hello. Hi, how are you? Yeah, good. No, I'm all right. Character, movie, or, yeah, you know, that I was doing an impersonation of in the first bit of this. I haven't got time for this bullshit. But I have got time for a lovely stream at 5. There you go. You can have it once more. I haven't got time for this bullshit. There you go. Now, I'm not sure I even got the words right, but someone will know it. Good call, Will. Good call, Will. But you couldn't be further from the love. Old Oak drops a Lady Godiva. Thanks for your always fun, enthusiastic streams. It really is a pleasure. You know, it's a pleasure. I would do more. I would do more if I didn't have a day job and writing and a girlfriend and eat and wash once a week. But lovely. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure. That's the truth. Thank you, Old Oak. Nice one. Let me just do that and do that. All right, where have we got? Anyone got anywhere near it? Oi, oi. Hello, Glenn. Oi, oi. No, I do like Tommy Wiseau though. Did you see the movie that I told her? I like the bloke who made a film about it that Horus put me onto, but I've got no recollection. Well done, Pizzle. Absolutely pizzled it up. Nailed it. Yep. What's his name? I can't even remember the actor's name. Cheers, Alphabet Cat. I didn't hold back. I didn't. Hang on a minute. I know who's just walked in the door. It was like the saloon doors of a boozer back in 1672. They swung open. The sun caught his. What are they called? What are the spikes on the back of your foot called for digging in your horse? Animal cruelty. And everyone turned round, and the brass in the corner went, "Oh, who is that man?" And it's Alan. Nice one, Alan. Thank you very much. Much appreciato. What are they called? Stirrups? No. Sticklebacks? No, that's a fish. Alan, what are they called that you wear on cowboy boots that you dig in an horse? Stirrup? No, add that one. You can't just, Chris, you can't just shout it and it be right. Oh, this is annoyance. Absolute annoyance. Spurs? Oh, don't make me say that. Imagine that. Yeah. Good, Glenn, I was exactly there. Don't want to say that. They haven't won much, though. Thank you, Alan. Muchos appreciato. It was Gareth Oldman. Good call, Baz. Yeah, James Franco. It's a great movie. Did you watch it, Moslab? James Franco plays the film about the room. That's it. The Disaster Artist. Yeah, Horace told me about it. I watched it and absolutely loved it. What the freak is going on here? No wonder I've got gravy all over my feet. I've been paddling in the biggest roast dinner you've ever seen. Right, now, in truth, I've got nothing prepared. I never have anyway, but I usually have got a few videos racked up. However, I have got a couple of videos racked up. I think I can't show Rags' one just yet, but if it happens to it. Now, I'm going to show you a volcano exploding, but don't expect to see lava. That's not the bit that there's a little bit of red, but there's one bit where it really gives it, and you see the sort of sound bolt. Science. Oh, welcome to my science channel. So you see the sound bolt. Well, you have a bolt of lightning, so I don't see why you can't have a sound of bolt. But this is on the Canary Islands, and this was like a couple of days ago, and it's one of the biggest. It's one of their biggest volcanoes, and it went for it. I mean, people go here on holiday, but just wait. I mean, look, honestly, I'm not just lying. It's not going to go loads of red lava, but there is one bit where it sort of goes, and it's a bit like that bit in Wonder Woman when she does that double punch and the air goes boom. You know what I mean? That's a nice reference to admit to. It's like that bit in the Wonder Woman film I've seen 5 times. Spunked a lot. Right. Apparently, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And there you go. Baz has got it and got it. It's Gary Oldman as Stansfield. Stansfield. But people are saying it's Reno. Oh, Reno. Oh, yeah. It's an absolute classic. Oh, hi, Mark. Scorry's on the firm. Good to see you, Scorry. John Francis, Smith W. Glass. Lovely. Hello, Pags. Alphabet Cat. Shockwave. I'm going to go with Shockwave. Absolutely right, Elaine. Cypher, who I saw over in Jimmy's chat, when Chrissy said to Jimmy, I love you, Jimmy, but Dangerfield. Cypher went, oh, I think you'll find Dangerfield's already streamed today. I stream twice a day. Silly boy. I've got this silly boy who keeps writing terrible comments on my Substack, and he deleted them all. And now he's writing loads more, but on every piece. And he just keeps talking about Bukowski. It's like, all right, I get it. You're 18. You love Bukowski. And he actually said this. Listen to this. He said, Bukowski is one of the only writers who's actually made a living out of selling stories about sex and drugs. Oh, you think so? Yeah, maybe if you're 18, you think that. I did as well when I was your age and drunk. But oh, Rob, you didn't know? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I'll put the link in the chat. Here you go. There you go. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. There you go, Rob. There's my Substack. 2 free stories every month. I won't be monetizing it either. That ain't it. That's glass looking absolutely delicious. There's my Substack. It's in the chat. Go over, put your email in. You get 2 stories a month. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yep. Well, I know that's the weird thing, you know. He didn't really make enough, and he was working as a postman. But you know, the kids are crap. But I humour him. There you go. Palmer literally had a kip after I last streamed. He's just woken up, and I'm still going. I haven't stopped, John. Right, hang on, Bullet. 5 has got a question, everyone. Can we just all stop? Grego, look at Grego. It's actually 1.3 stories a month on average. I think it's about 1.7, but thank you, Rusky. Let's just get it back to what it's meant to be about. Sub Ronnie. I think we should have a look at that again. Give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you know what or who Ronnie is in Sub Ronnie context. I'd like to know, out of all the new people, who knows who Ronnie is. I know a lot of people do. I'd hope you did. I hope Marzipan did. I mean, the problem is the people in the chat are usually the OGs. But we could watch it again if I could find it. Yeah, but he did take food round to his new friend's mum, which apparently is a terrible thing to do. All right, we might have a look at that a bit later. We might have a look. I think people who do know wouldn't necessarily mind a second look, because it's been a while. All right, thank you. I will. Yeah, that's right. He got his mate's mum some shopping, and when you look it back, they're like, oh, they try and get round you by helping your mum. That's what people do. They help your mum out with a bit of shopping. 42 says Emma G was asking about that. Yeah, because people go to me, what's Sub Ronnie? Now it's hard enough explaining who Ronnie is, but Sub Ronnie, I mean, let's be honest, it's a classic scrubism, and it's nothing. Sub Ronnie's nothing. I suppose it means subscribe to Ronnie, but you can't, because he's a fictional character from a leftist propaganda piece. But it is me too. I mean, when you're sitting there and you're like, you've got a quandary. You've got a quandary, and you're like, I don't know, what would Ronnie do? And that's why your life's turning out how it is, Moslab. Do you know what I mean, Pizzle? Oh, there's plenty of them. I've still got the Scrubs glossary, but there's so many new ones to add to it. I just haven't got round to it. Right, let's have a look at this explosion, because Alan told me what it was. Shockwave. Cheers out. Let's have a look. You know what, John? When I watch, I don't watch so much nationalist stuff anymore because it depresses me and it can get very repetitive. But I do see Sub Ronnie come up quite a lot. It makes me smile. And John says, you'll be surprised how many people in other chats. Yeah, I see it. Then I'm like, oh. Grego reckons that Sub Ronnie is the submarine on board Boaty McBoatface. Yeah, I didn't mean to say Boatface. Right. Sonic Boom. The problem with Sonic Boom and me, you see, Chrissy, is Sonic Boom, Spaceman 3 was Jason Pierce and what's his first name? Someone Kemba. And Kemba used to call himself Sonic Boom. Boom. Not Boone. He wasn't an audio version of an 80s television fireman. I've told you the story when I met Boone, didn't I? Didn't go down well. Now, Pete Kemba. Pete Kemba was the other half of Spaceman 3. So you've got Pete Kemba, and who's Sonic Boom, and Jason Pierce, who's Jay Spaceman. Now, Jay Spaceman went off to make Spiritualized, which are the best band ever. Everyone knows that, really. And Sonic Boom went off to make some really bad music. Really bad music. It smells of the methadone that went into the making of it. So that's my problem with Sonic Boom. I'm sure. Oh, good Lord, Bullet. See you later, son. Take care. You're going to miss a Sonic Boom. Right, here we go. No, it's Kember. Pete Kember. Right. Michael Pagan, Pags himself, wants to know how many quacks in a quandary. In itself, a ducking quandary. So have a look at this. Have a look at this. I'm a little bit gutted. Little Bullet's going. He's like classic scrub. doesn't feel right in a way, you know. Okay, we've got 92 other people. I'll cope. You have a nice evening, little bullet. Right, let's have a look at this. I just want you to see the sonic boom because it done things to me. But I don't want you to get your hopes up and think it's going to be one of those massive lava spitters. But there's some rather nice noises going on. So here we go. This is on the Canary Islands.
Sí. Ahora te las mando.
I mean, you can see the red fire. Look, I'll get rid of my silly boat. Look, you can see that this is actually an erupting volcano. That is as active as you like. But check out the sonic boom that happens. I think it is. Shockwave, shockwave. Did you hear that? Amazing, eh? Whoa! Motherfucking volcano on that. A sonic booming like an audio shockwave beagle. Did you see it? We'll have another look. Ready? There you go. They're all running the other way. Right, are you ready? I'll take it back a bit. Tell me if it's a shockwave or a sonic boom or whatever you think it is. Ready? Look. Whoa! Crazy, huh? Absolutely crazy. I mean, imagine being on holiday there. The missus had and Ronnie. I now understand. Are you sure? I don't know what that is. I was wondering if there was anyone in the chat who knew what they were saying. Scory is agreeing with Alan. It's a shockwave. It's pretty good, isn't it, Fionn? I thought it was rather fantastic. Although, hang on 1 second. Just give me 1 second because I've got to zip along here a bit. I've got to zip along here because there's a load of old chat here, but it's worth it. Hang on a minute. This is on the Spanish island of La Palma, Barrett. Is that what happens above your house, John, when you have a burp? Waft. You think it's a waft? Right. Right. Have a look at this one. This one's quite amazing. This is in Spain, on the Spanish island of La Palma. I think I've been there. I think I've been to La Palma. Long time ago. Check it out.
The tip of the volcano might explode and crumble. What are the fears there? What implications would that have?
I mean, I think it's amazing. You know that red strip there. That's molten rock. Can you imagine just the heat you'd need to generate to melt rock? It's so hot. If anyone wants to have a look on Google and find out, well, I suppose it matters. Depends what the rock is. I mean, imagine it's granite is probably harder to melt than, say, sandstone. But then I imagine volcanoes are a certain type of rock. No, I should have studied geology.
Well, this is one of the scenarios that could happen if a lot of gases and pressure.
Look at that! Look! Whoa!
It's not sure if it's very likely, but
crazy stuff. Crazy. Has anyone? Thanks, Ian. There you go. 20 points to you. Has anyone here ever seen a volcano in real life actually having it like that? Actually, boom. SUBSTACK. Hello, mate. Shropshire had an earthquake. I was in science at the time. What, you were in a science class at school and it went, did that happen? Nick Fullerton has been dropping in a few very mediocre jokes. Now, I'm going to put this one on the screen and we get an idea of this new fella. Yeah, let's go. I've got my eye on you, Fullerton. It's lovely to see you, mate. Only throwing bollocks at you. Don't worry about it. Oh my God, Hashtag was. Well, hang on, Ian, you've seen it. Hang on, look at this. Look at this. It burnt all the hair off my arms when I lit a cigarette off the flow. Did you not have a lighter, or did you have it in your mouth? And you come back like Skeletor. That's awful. 322 Messenger says igneous. Thanks. And whereas Tech Roach is suggesting it's obsidian. So we've got an igneous obsidian debate going on here. Gaffney says that all igneous rock from volcanoes. Yeah, but that volcanoes create igneous rock, but are volcanoes made of it? Is the lava made of igneous rock? You know, it's not that important. Gaff has also seen one. So Ian has seen one. Gaffney's seen one on Lanzarote. Isn't that one of the Canary Islands? Or is the Canary Islands Menorca and all that? Will Martin remembers an earthquake in Telford. Good Lord, shame it ain't still going. Shame it didn't kick off. Honolulu, Moslab's seen one as well. This isn't fair. I've never seen a volcano, and it would appear that, as far as I can see now, everyone has. This isn't right. Hang on. So let's have a look at this one. Right, Will and Hashtag. Earthquake in Telford, 1990s. What do I search? Let's see if there's anything on it on YouTube. I know this is a bit English, but it'll be quite interesting. Earthquake in Telford, but that's pre-internet, isn't it? So maybe, but they might have some old news. California, China. UK hit by biggest earthquake for a decade. Nah, that's 3 years ago. Might be it though. Where does it say? It looks very, very local. Let's have a look. Hang on. Now this looks like it's been. This looks like it was more recent. Let's have a look at the UK's biggest earthquake. American people, check out how tame things like earthquakes are in England. We've had earthquakes in England. When I was at school, we'd have earthquakes. And the first you hear about them is on the news that night. There was an earthquake in the southeast of England this morning. And you're like, yeah, well, I was there. I didn't hear it. And if you were doing something, you know, like, I don't know, eating a jam sandwich, you would have been creating too much kinetic energy to it would have outweighed the earthquake. It's sort of like if you think of tectonic plates in America where they go and the whole fucking continent goes. In England, it's not a tectonic plate, it's a tectonic saucer, and it just sort of goes. So let's have a look at the biggest ever earthquake in the UK. Hold on to your chairs and tables, people, because this might summon another. Here we go. Sky News, great.
They are a relatively rare occurrence in.
I never knew Ann Coulter worked for Sky News UK. Continue. Relatively rare. I was in England for 40 years and I knew none. All right, here we go. Hang on, I wasn't sure you had audio. Just to make sure. Right, carry on, Ann Coulter.
In the UK, but today parts of South Wales, the west of England, and even Birmingham were shaken by a 4.4 magnitude earthquake. It's the largest quake in the UK for 10 years, though there have been no reports of serious damage or injuries. Rebecca Williams reports from Bristol.
Hang on a minute. 4.4 on the old Richter scale. Did you hear? She actually said it. There's been no reports of any damage. even a glass orb that was balancing on a glass triangle that was on balancing on a matchstick was all right. They still got news out of it, though. Let's go.
University was today forced to evacuate as an earthquake was felt nearby. A rare occurrence in the UK, but with a 4.4 magnitude. It was the strongest this...
Hang on a minute. Are they literally just looping a bit of footage of people standing to give you the impression of... It's almost like some sort of hypnotism, some sort of... Look, watch this, the same bit of footage going...
Oh, a rare occurrence in the UK, but with a 4.4 magnitude. It was the strongest this country's seen in a decade.
Great
I was
news.
just in bed. The bed started shaking.
Look at the English. Oh, this makes me laugh because Crush and Grape said 0.001 on the sphincter scale. Look at these people. I was in bed and it started shaking. Yeah, your divorce papers are in the post, Sonny Jim.
And my mate was in the shower next door, so I thought he'd fallen out of the shower.
My mate, I thought he'd fallen out. Look at the English news. He just said, I was in bed, it started shaking, my mate was in the shower next door, and I thought he'd fallen out of the shower. This is English news. He just said that. He just said that. Check it.
Strongest this country's seen in a decade.
I was just in bed. The bed started shaking, and my mate was in the shower next door, so I thought he'd fallen out of the shower.
I mean, if you're in bed, right? If you're in bed and it started shaking, would you think your mate had fallen out of the shower? I wouldn't. I'd think maybe there was someone under the bed. Maybe there was an earthquake. How big was his mate? Maybe his mate is one of those fattest people ever or something. And the old house rocks when he comes out of the shower. Let's see what this geezer's got to say. Maybe I was eating my Brussels sprouts and one of them fell off my plate, and I thought maybe my mum tripped over in Sainsbury's 4 miles away. Let's have a look.
Having a drink and the table just started to shake. We weren't too sure what was going on.
And even
fucking hell! I mean, this must be making the Americans crack up. An editor actually went, yeah, put that in. I was in the pub having a drink and it started to shake and we didn't really know what was going on. Thanks. That's added to my understanding of this earthquake. So I still don't know anything about this earthquake, but, continue.
Shops started to shake.
I was just stood here and this behind me just shook, which was, I've never seen it before in my life.
Oh, well, probably your old man fell out of the shower.
I touched it and...
I touched it.
It was really strange.
There have been a string of minor earthquakes in the UK. A 4.
Shut up. I can't handle any more of that shit. Absolute nonsense. It started shaking. I touched it, then cut. That one was in Kent, apparently. 5.2 in Lincolnshire and 4.2 in Kent. I mean, look, hang on a minute. Hang on just one moment. There's a photo here, right, of an old lady with 2 coppers. She's in her pajamas. There's bricks all over the floor. And all we got was it started shaking and I touched it. I love it. Jimmy says literally sitting and talking to a hilarious. See what I done then to stop the YouTube gods from striking me down. Well, ask Shahi if Shahi'd like to visit Shahor Casino. Nice one on the donation, Jay. Ask her if she's ever had a mate fall out of the shower. Yeah. There's a lot of that in England. Hang on a minute. Jess is... we did have a bomb go off in the sea here when I was little and I started crying. When were you little? 1942? When did a bomb go off in the sea? What What big brain terrorist was that? I know where we should plant it. 13 miles off the coast of Blackpool. When it goes off, all the little children will be crying. I'm not suggesting that all terrorists have that accent. Just 99% of them. It's not really. Snot? No one's got snot. Jess, my love, when? That's the only word I've got for you. When did that happen? What kind of bomb? Anyone know anything about C-bombs? Rusky remembers his real name. You got any mates fat? There you go. That's more likely than a bloody... I thought it was a mate falling out to shower. Okay, someone's done their work. The biggest volcanic eruption in the last... Good Lord, your Google goes back a bit. In the last 75,000 years was the Toba volcanic eruption. About 75,000 years ago. Well, you know, somewhere near Burma. Good Lord. Myanmar. Nice one. The Toba volcanic eruption. Well, this is a question. 42? And the answer. Nice one. Hello, Antox. Been a while, son? Or have you been that actually, why didn't I go there? Well, I'll tell you why, because I already had one this morning. I woke up. What's the story? Morning glory. You need dealing with. I'm not getting in the shower with that poking against the wall. Yeah, my bed started shaking, and then I looked down and I was wanking. Nice one, Antox. I can't believe I missed it. I'm almost devastated. I actually am gutted. Hey, Jeff is communicating to Rusky using symbolic encryption. Cragley Craig should have been holding hands. What, the old woman and the... I don't know what you're talking about. Nice one, Rusky. Say it as it is, mate. LC350 is on the firm, which reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, no. That's your end, Rags, because it's not here. I haven't got the sign. I am not having that. I'm not having it because I haven't got the sign here. It's not always me, all right? Can we just establish that? And it's been perfect. You had to ruin it. Thank you very much. No one else was complaining. Nice one for the tip, though, Rags, but I don't think that's me because it does actually tell me. I see it. It sort of warns me, and that's when I start going, oh, no. Plane Drifter is new on the firm, and he says that Jesus is in control. Jesus is in control. No. Jesus is in control. No. Now, the reason I put Jesus is in control to a German techno song from 1986 is because the Scrubs music applications are now closed. All right, we've got enough. There's no more space for the Scrubs Music Festival. I think I'm going to do it on Tuesday. And I'll tell you for why. Because my missus was meant to be coming over tomorrow, but she's not going to. And she said a couple more days. So because Pachon Bun has been cancelled, she's not going to come. And I don't really want to do the Scrubs Music Festival because that's going to be a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour stream because we've got loads. We've got absolutely loads. It's going to be brilliant. So for anyone here who doesn't know, I put a call to action. I said, Scrubs, have you ever been in a band? Do you play the piano? Have you got an oboe? And if you've ever recorded any music, if you've got it on an MP3 or on a YouTube video, send it to me and we'll have a Scrubs Music Festival where we'll do a stream and we'll play them all. And we'll listen to them and we'll talk about them. And we've previously done a drawing gallery. I think we've done 2 drawing galleries, and one of them was one of the best streams we've ever had. We also did an old photos gallery, which was also an absolute cracker. I think that might have been the best one we ever had. I can't remember what one it was. They're all quite good though. But we have got a hell of a lot of Scrubs music. So the Scrubs Music Festival, no more. And please don't email me and say just one more, please, just one more, because loads of people are going to do that. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it SUBSTACK brackets Scrubs Music Festival, for those who can't get their heads around a contraction of two other names. Cypher, hold on to your seats, people. You can play the saxophone. You're going to have to work a bit harder than that. No, we will not be having a Phoenix gallery. In many ways, that's what every day is. But Bullets 5 is in. Rathschild is a large one. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know if there's. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice for the 5 people who like them, but looking at other people's pets is a bit. But we have got. I haven't listened to any of them. Right. I've listened to one because he asked me if I could produce it for him. No jokes. Someone sent in a piano piece. And he said, I can only record it on my phone. And so I said, no worries. I'll put it on Audacity. I'll EQ it. I'll get busy. I'll get me Rick Beato hat on. And I'll be there mixing and producing. Wrong file format for Audacity. Now, I could have gone through the hassle of converting files. But I just thought, fuck it. Sounds all right. So there you go. Yeah, I did 2 weeks ago. All right, we might. All right, we might. Seeing as you said that twice, we might. Well, it's not a competition, Moslab. I thought that's not nice because, that then it gets all a bit competitive. And what I like about Rags's joke is there's no joke there. There's no play on words. There's no pun. He's literally just saying, I can play with a woman's vagina. There's nothing wrong with that. Campervan Jim Bob on the phone, my days. What the hell? Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Come on, then. Let's just get all the penis jokes out. John, all right. Well, look, can you get it done before Tuesday? Can you get it done before Tuesday? All right, listen, people. If you want to get one in, you've got until Tuesday. In fairness, I didn't say. I've just thought actually then, and I don't do a lot of thinking during these streams. I just thought you've just told them it's a cut-off point with no warning. I just suddenly realised that, and that ain't on. That ain't on. So you've got until Tuesday, really, all right? So if you want to go, John's making his own, he's making one special for it. Good Lord. When is the Yogware? Well, once I've proven to myself that this Ethernet lark does stop the buffering and the blacking out. Oh God, Susan, don't close my channel down for saying blacking out. We'll do it. So one day this week for sure. Okay. Della said, you've already asked us this. Now, as long as you're playing music. Did you send it to me, Della? I'm sure you sent it to me. A hair in the gate said, see, I'm a nice, considerate person, so I didn't send an MP3. Was it you that sent me the one that I said I'd produce, and I haven't managed to? But it sounds fine, mate. Look, Moslab, I think what we'll just do, like some of them are videos. Listen to this. Listen to this. Mouse Cat and his lovely missus. I mean, Mouse Cat's lovely as well. Hang on a minute. Alan's got a new mat. Nice one. It's almost the best comment today. That's competing with Rags's I can play the clitoris. Nice one, Alan. What kind of mat? Is a mat an American thing, or have you literally got a new mat? I don't know what that means. This is absolutely crazy tonight. Can you send sheet music? What, so I can play it? Imagine sitting there going, ding, ding. No covers. No covers. That's bollocks, man. No covers. Even if you ask the same question twice, there's no covers. Oh, fucking whoops a daisy. Alan Yogwe mat. Oh, God. Right. I was honestly thinking after Rags's, I can play the clitoris. And then Alan's, I've got a new mat. I was thinking, what's going on here? I'm the one who talks nonsense. It started, nice one, Alan. Right, now I'm with you. I bet Alan was sitting home thinking, it's quite a straightforward comment, Chris. I've got a new mat. You just mentioned yoga. Okay? Right. So if you haven't got a new mat, people, and this is what I mentioned this briefly the other day, clean your mat, right? Do not, and I know people who've they've got infections from using the same dirty old yoga mat for like months on end. You know, you're sweating on it, it's got your feet on it, it's got your hands on it, and then that builds up dirt, and then when you roll it up, yeah, dark, you might be in a damp room, might be in a hot room, they both cause problems. Unroll it, hands on it, feet on it. Ugh. You know, get it in the shower. That's what I do with mine. I get it in the shower, I get a bit of washing up liquid, and I put the washing up liquid on it, and I get the shower and go, I put it on that sort of jet wash that goes, like my shower head's got like a solid beam of, it's almost like a lightsaber, but made of water and not a saber. And I go, and I'll tell you what, that little sort of paddling pool bit down at the bottom that I've got, because my missus has got a lump of hair about that big in the plug hole. It went black. That's how dirty they get very quickly. So I would advise you to, because if you've got like a little cut or something on your heel or on your palm of your hand, and you're doing that on that, and I'm saying it because I know people who've got infected and then got septicemia. Not really. They just got a dirty, infected old cut because their yoga mat never got washed. So nice one. Alan's got a new one. We definitely will do one this week. I mean, look, I won't tell a lie. There is the element where I'm a bit worried about saying, oh, we'll do it Tuesday, we'll do it Wednesday, because I wake up, do a morning stream, then work might be mad hectic, and I'll literally finish work, throw some food down, and then I'll do the evening stream. And sometimes I'm not ready to do 45 minutes yoga after all that. I just want to lay down for a bit and go, oh, yeah. But we will do one. We definitely will this week. I know a lot of people bought mats, and it's not fair of me to just do the one stream. So we will do one. We will do one. Yeah, most of them were. We've got, I think, let me have a look. I'll tell you how many songs. I haven't heard any of them because I told people what to put in the subject. When I see it, I've just put it in a file folder. Right. How do I open my folders? Oh, hang on, down here. I'll tell you, we have got 20. Oh, we've already got 20 tunes. So 3 minutes each averaging, that's an hour. 10 minutes chat in between each one. Bloody hate that. That's going to be 5 minutes. That's going to be 2 minutes chat. Or a couple of people have said that, Cheryl, but people got pissed off at LSDJ, which is something that's not going to work. That's not going to work around here. It might be all right for the 18% of ladies, but I can't see the likes of Moslab hanging around with me going, oh, what a nice day. No, it'll be me and you by the end of, well, not by the end, by the start. If I advertise an ASMR stream, no one's coming. Cecil Pangahanda Hangadangan. Are you streaming at the moment, Cecil? Let's See if you're Cecil sometimes pops in here while she's streaming herself, which is always interesting. Let's see if that's the case. Oh, I never know how to spell Pangahanda. Okay. And the hand. Cecil Pangahanda, are you Filipino? Because I thought we know you're not spam lady. I thought you were Thai originally, but people are saying people say that Pangahanda is a Filipino name. Oh, she's not streaming at the moment. That's a shame. We could have had a funny raid while she's not there. Imagine her being here and we raided her stream. Exactly that, Liam. That's what I was thinking, not that story. Where is it? That's what I thought. She's in here, we raid her stream. Smith, what are you getting at? Originals on a piano, but mine is on guitar. No covers. It's other people's songs. That's not a Scrubs music festival. You know, anyone can play someone else's song. I want to hear what you've got to give. I want to hear. Go on. You've got Sunday, Monday. You've got 2 days to write a song. Easy. You knock out a song in about an hour. Come on, Smith W. This is your chance, my friend. This is your chance. There you go, confirmed. Filipina. All right, nice. Pizzle said no. Are you not Filipina lady? You are Filipina Lena. Filipina Lena. Sorry, is Pangahanda. Well, there you go. That's good. Thanks for filling us in. Graham Willis, a name I have not seen in these parts before. Nice to see you, Graham. And you go for the AE in your name, which is an interesting take on an old classic. Would it be okay to suggest a YouTube link on the Scrubs Music Festival for a Luddite that used to be in a band? Right, let me try and interpret that and mix the words around in a different order and try and make some sense out of it. Would it be okay to suggest a YouTube link? Right, so you want to suggest a YouTube link for the Scrubs Music Festival for a Luddite, so for someone who doesn't, I know what that means. And not a real Luddite, you mean like he's a Luddite. Is it you? That's what it kind of has to be. This isn't, it can't just be someone you know who used to be in a band. Because that, again, you know, I'll be playing music and I'll be going, okay, which scrub is this? And no one will claim it. And someone will go, it's my mate John. And I'll be like, oh, good. You know, it's what will make Scrubstock is that people will go, wow, oh, no way, that was Grego, or, you know, that was Alan, or that was Moslab, Pizzle, or Ian, or, you know, Jess, not your mate. Oh, there you go, right. I'm absolute high five, Graham. Oh, I love a man who's up for taking the absolute rise out of himself. Don't know how to communicate correctly, properly. I'm a Geordie. Well, there you go. Look, you're on drums. Yes, you can then. You can, yes. So listen, Graham, chris@chrisdangerfield.com. That's me email. In the subject, put Scrubs music, something like that. You don't have to get it exactly right, but something like that. Scrubs music Scrubs. And then when we actually play it, and I say, after we've played it, I'll go, right, whose is this? And then you can say, yeah, that's my band. I'm on drums. Or you can say beforehand. Well, I think it would probably be better if we say it beforehand. So, yeah, send it in, man. Okay. Right. All you need to do, you go to you've got it on YouTube, right? So you go to YouTube And where it says share under the video, where it says share, click share, then click copy link. And then when you email it to me, Control and V, and it will put the YouTube link. I'm sure you can find someone in your locality that will show you how to send a YouTube link. All right. Yeah, of course you can. If you're on drums, brilliant. Be nice to have a drummer. Oh, good Lord. No. She does not have that power. You're all right, Cheryl Peters. You're all right. The only people in the chat who can do that are Moslab and Rags, and I can't imagine either of them doing that. You're getting threatens from Pangahangahan. There you go. I mean, in fairness, support is a bit optimistic, but nice to see you, Cecil. Why haven't you got a channel, Grego? You got some moves. Right. Plastic African says, used to be got spare gold. Then it was, oh, I know what you mean. The old, yeah, send it off. Yeah. Used to be got spare gold. Then it was TV, mobile phones, laptops. Now it's clothes and shoes. Next it'll be kidneys, half a liver, or maybe an eye. I remember that. I remember you'd get an envelope through your door. Got any old gold? And like all the working class people would like find that old one earring that because they lost the other gold one. Put that in. Put this one that I think's gold. It might just be plastic. And you put it all in. You think, oh, we'll get a few quid for that. Send it off, and then you get a check for $3.99. And there's a geezer sitting somewhere with a pile of gold. Like, it looks like it's fucking Aladdin. Incredible memory. The old send us your gold, your spare gold though. Spare? Hang on a minute. There's the gold I use. Oh, okay, I'll send you this. They used to bring round these little. We used to get these things come through our door, raising money for some old shit. And my dad used to put washers in them. And when they come around to collect them, we put an envelope through your door a couple of weeks ago. We're raising money for, and it'll be some old nonsense. And my old man would go, oh yeah, I've got it here. And I was quite impressed that my dad, rather than just go, nah, not interested, he actually bothered to go up the shed and get an handful of dirty old washers and fill it up. So it looked like loads. And they go, here you go, mate. And they go, oh, that's really kind of it. No, nothing of it. Imagine when they got back to HQ. A couple of centimes in there, perchance, peseta. Wasn't Europe better before? It was so much better when you went to France and you had to get francs and centimes. It was better having different money. It was better. And then if you go to Spain, you had to have pesetas. I fucking hate the euro. I hate it. I really don't like it. Oh, yeah, same as when I was at home. Thanks for taking that really exciting difference from me. Yeah, I don't know. But okay, Graham, get that sorted out. Because the ones on YouTube are actually going to be slightly more entertaining because I'm going to have to find visuals for the other ones, you know. Well, it wasn't Christian Aid, and I know that because my mum used to put the Christian Aid ones through people's letterboxes. She was on the other side of that one. So, there. Oh, nice one, Alan. Absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. Yeah, he was a funny bloke, actually. He was a funny bloke. He also done it with the Jehovah's. In England, Alan, the Jehovah's Witness, on, I think it was Saturdays, usually the weekend, they'd come around your house and just knock on the door. And they'd be like in their suits and white shirts with their little black fake leather clipboard covers. And I'd open the door because, you know, I'd always think, oh, how exciting, someone's here. I can ponce around and try and make them laugh. And I'd open the door and they'd go, is there anyone in we could talk to about Jehovah's Witnesses? And I'd be like, thinking it was like terrifying. And I'd go, Mum, Dad, they want to talk to you about Jehovah's Witnesses. And my old man would get up. He'd go, yeah, come in. And I'd think wicked. Because I knew my dad, and I knew that this was obviously going to be him having an absolute laugh with him. And I can remember him, they had their Watchtower magazine, and on the cover it's got like lions, humans, dinosaurs, all in the same bit. And they'd go, yeah, before we start, I just want to question the geography. And they'll go, well, the world is only like 4 weeks old. I don't know about that. And in the end, of course, oh my God, thank you, Alan, for that donation and for that lovely comment. I absolutely adored my father. Absolutely adored him. Moslab said we still get them that come round. Turn the I didn't see that coming. Go on, get out. What my old man did was just keep them there. Because the thing in England is they keep you there for ages because they want you to subscribe to their fucking magazine, and they want you to turn up at their place and give them some money, and you can't get shot of them. Once they've started talking to you, you can't get rid of them. So my old man turned the tables on them and would just keep me in my house for ages, and they'd be like, once my dad would say to him, no, because my old man was into Zen Buddhism, right? Really weird. I think it was the karate element. And once they realised that they weren't going to get anywhere with the Jehovah's Witness stuff, they'd keep going, okay, well, we've got her. And they'd go, so tell me a bit more about... and I'd be cracking up, sitting on the stairs, just like looking around the corner. And they'd be looking at me occasionally and give me a little wink, because they'd be like, anyway, we've got to go. But before you go, I was just wondering if you could elaborate a bit more on hours they'd have them in. It was awesome. I'd be cracking up. LC350 sees the silver lining and everything, and he says the chick are nice. Well, I think there is probably one nice sexy lady in the Jehovah's Witness, or is it that you've got like a little? It is a little bit saucy. I remember I used to go to the church. Not the Jehovah's Witness, of course, the church kids club. And all the girls that went to the church club were the right filthy ones at school. No joke. And they'd all turn up, and we'd be in the church, and, they'd have a band up, trying to make it all modern and funky. And you'd get in there, and some old codger, like the remnants of the previous church system, would come up and go, I want to read you from Psalms 32. And then the Lord said, shall there be light? And light there was. And they go, and I'd like to introduce you to Keith and the Believers. And then it go, me and my mate would be like, wicked. And then they'd say, okay, if the young Christians would like to go off into the back room, I'll be thinking, hang on a minute, this is getting all very, teenage casino. And I'd get in there, and the first time I ever went, because my mate invited me, he said, no, it's wicked. He said, we go rock climbing, they do free barbecues, and he said, they're all fucking weird as well. It's a right laugh. So that's why we went, for the free food and rock. They did actually take us rock climbing. We went ice skating. We had barbecues. They called them sausage sizzle, which was a bit weird. It's a barbecue. This is a barbecue. It's not a sausage sizzle. And they were all right. I have to say, as much as I'd strangely like to say that they were all really, they were lovely people. And this is a fact. But looking back, they were lovely people. They had like a van that they'd all chipped in to pay for. And all the youngsters like us, if you went to the rock climbing or the ice skating, they dropped every single one off back at their house and picked them up. And, they never ask for any money or anything. And it was all the poor kids that done it because you wanted the freebies. But The girls were the absolute slags. I actually mean that not in a pejorative, because I I like a bit of a slag. Everyone likes a slag, especially when you're 12 years old. So and they'd turn up to church in their like little mini skirts, and you'd be sitting there staring at them, your teenage balls just expanding in the chair. And of course, the potential for laughs. Like, there was this bloke in there once after we'd split off into the kids bit, and his name was Roy Hill. I'll never forget his name, Roy Hill. I'll tell you why I'll never forget his name, because I hit him over the head with a carabiner. He took us rock climbing, and he said, when you get to the top, you have to throw your rope back down. You have to unclip your carabiner. That's the little metal sort of clip, right? It's got a screw on it. You clip that on, and then there's a bloke below, so that if you slip, he's got you. That's very basic rock climbing. It was only about 30 foot, this wall. It weren't, like fucking dangerous. And he was like, so when you get to the top, unclip your carabiner, roll up the rope, and then shout down, rope below. And then the people down say, okay, and they know to move out of the way, okay? And it's very important, because if you don't shout rope below and you throw the rope below, you might hit someone on the head with the carabiner. Well, funnily enough, I've got up there. My mate who I went to the church with is already up there, and he said, is Roy below? I went, yeah. He went, I dare you. I went, oh, you don't have to. And I just got the whole bunch. Now, I thought I'd just hit him over the head with the rope and it would be a little bit funny. It was one of those things, you've just gone over the limit. And I just went, it went bang, cut his head open. Nice bloke. He took a load of kids he didn't know who swore and threw things at him and took the piss out of him all the time, because he had corduroy trousers, he had a beard, and he was a bit sort of fragile. He was, if you put the rope in here, and I cut his head open by deliberately throwing a carabiner at his head. But in fairness, after it hit him on the head, I went, rope below. I felt quite bad. That was one of those guilt things. And then the next week in the church, Roy Hill was taking the main congregation. So there was about 150 adults and all the kids sort of there as well. Now, me and my mate sat at the back because we didn't believe in God and we're only there for the freebies and the slags, which were kind of the same thing, if you know what I mean. But we noticed that the microphone, the amplification system, the wire went round the back of the church under our seats, and it had like a little extension thing. So, it was like a male and female universal symbol of coitus. It was like a male and female jack, to extend the microphone lead. But we realised, well, my mate did, I can't, as much as I'd like to take credit for this, my mate realised that if you trod on it, it went, all right, because obviously you were making electronic connections that weren't intended. So Roy Hill is up at the front, and he didn't used to do the main reading. He'd obviously been, he'd got what do they call it when you go up in a job? He'd got he got promotion, and so he was all up there in his cords and his beard, and he was like, well, it's let me just say, hello, okay, it's what an honor it is. I'd like to thank Clive and and me and my mate were crying with laughter, and he just every time he tried to you can see where that goes. When he split us off into the boys and the girls, he was having such a hard time with these three slags. They were like naked. They may as well have been naked. One of them, they were 12 and 13, these girls. One of them had stockings and suspenders on, right? 13. Well, she was 12. And if Mark is in the chat, which he might be lurking. He'll confirm this. Mark didn't come to the church, but he knows the girl I'm talking about. And she's just got her legs crossed, and you can just see this lacy stocking top on a fucking kid. And Roy, he wasn't a perv, right? I am not. These people were lovely. They were really lovely. Communities could do with more of these people, but he was struggling because he was just like, he didn't want to look at the girls. He just was having real. And my mate, so he hid in a book, right? He got the old Bible out, Roy did. And he was going, okay, I'm going to tell you the story of St. Christopher. He went, that's your name, isn't it, Christopher? And I was like, yeah. I don't think I'm related, though. It's my first name. And as he started talking, my mate, I don't want to say his name because we don't talk so much anymore and we don't get on. He was my mate who came to stay with me at college and done acid and said that me and all my friends were talking in a different language to make him feel weird. We weren't. I mean, we were because we were talking about what we were studying, so he didn't understand it. But the acid made him feel like we were deliberately excluding him. Wake up, son. Anyway, so this bloke's going, so the Lord said, go by the river and the river shall be free. And my mate was going, yeah. And Roy's just going, he went, okay. He shut the book and said, can you I know it's nice that you're obviously interested in this, but it's very off-putting having you just sort of yesing every time I talk. When he said, my mate's gone, oh, sorry, no problem. So when he started reading again, now he's kicking the back of his chair. It's just endless. But from the minute we turned up to the church, these lovely people that done nothing but were kind and nice to us, we just fucked them over from start to the end. But, that's what you get working with animals and children. Poor old Roy Hill. He had a scar on his head, obviously, after the Carabiner incident. Felt a bit bad for that for a couple of minutes. It's awful. There you go. We have named him. A new scrubism has arrived. Hello, Smiler. Can we have a Roy Hill in the chat, please? Roy Hill for Roy Hill, the patron saint of lost scrubs. Roy Hill. There you go, mate. Apologies, Roy. Roy Hill, the patron saint of lost scrubs. How are you, Smiler? 1 hour 22. The grift has been fucking awful on a Saturday, but it is still Saturday, so I'm keeping it up. I'm keeping chuffed. I'm keeping excited. I'm keeping it groovy. I'm keeping it high. I'm a bit annoyed that young Tim Davis, is that his name? I think it is. It might be. Oh, Harrison. Look at the Roy Hills in the chat. I wonder what. Actually, he's probably dead. To be honest, I've just realised. He was quite old then. There you go. Alan's nailed it. St. Roy Hill. There you go. Why didn't anyone else think of that? Fragile Roy. Yes. But he could climb those rocks, though, He appeared it, but man, could he get up. Bowles Rocks, I think they were called, down in Tunbridge Wells. Bowles, Balls. Hello, free client 01 over there on his Jack Jones on Twitch. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. We're all over on YouTube. Oh, look at that. Even put that there. Hello, Philip. The beautification of Roy Hill. Or is it the beatification? The Right Reverend R. Hill deceased. Yeah, Cecil, that's not how you spell Roy Hill, but, hello. There you go, the late St. Roy Hill. Jess was reading about Roy Hill the other day. Well, my mother, for my christening, I got a St. Christopher pendant. And she said to me once, look at the front of it. I was only about 9 months old. And she said, that is St. Christopher who carried Jesus across the river. I was like, okay. And then she turned it over, and on the back, it had a car and an aeroplane. And she said, and that's why St. Christopher is the patron saint of travel. I've never confirmed any of that. Can anyone who knows anything about the Bible tell me, is that what it is? No, Jess has one too. Rothschild, the hill that was Roy. Tito says, if it's old-fashioned and nice, I like the church. No, this one wasn't. It was one of those modern jobbies. It wasn't stained glass windows and Gothic architecture. It was just a building. It was nice. They were lovely people. I have to stress that. I never heard of any horrible goings on. And the drummer in the band's name was Pete, right? And Pete used to get terrible Salt Lake Cities on his t-shirts, big sweat stain. And my mate, who was a comedy genius when we were younger, it's the same bloke who said his mum, when she went, "Do you have to eat like that?" He went, "Well, you look, grunt and smell like one." It was him, and he used to call the bloke Arm Pete, as in armpit, because of his Salt Lake Cities. Arm Pete. There you go. Yeah, Alan's got one as well. Once in Royal Danger City. There's all sorts of places we can go. That's right, I missed that. There was a boat. And I'll tell you why I know there was a boat, because I was with a girlfriend years and years ago, and we were in a hotel, right? No, we weren't. We were in a bed and breakfast, right? And the bed and breakfast looked out over a lock. Like, not a lock. Yeah, a lock, but not like Loch Lomond, not like Loch Ness. Like one of those things where it gets boats to go up hills. Is that called a lock? That's a lock as well, isn't it? Where you shut the lock doors and the water fills it up, lifts the boat up. And so you get boats to go up and down hills, right? That's a lock, isn't it? And we were looking out the window, and an aeroplane, like a passenger jet, was going over. And there was a car parked, and there was a canal boat in the lock. And my girlfriend went, "The window of St. Christopher." There was a car, a boat, and an aeroplane. The window of St. It's the only funny thing she ever said, though. Because usually she was too busy, if you know what I mean. Tell you a funny story about Danson Park. People in Dartford used to nick the fireworks from Danson Park because they used to have a big fireworks show every year. But naughty Dartfordians would go up there and nick them. Now, this is where it gets funny, because then, obviously, what's the point of having loads of fireworks? Well, you sell them to people and you say, "Do you want some fireworks for firework night?" And they go, "Yeah, all right. Are they cheap?" And they go, "Yeah, we nicked them." And so families would go, "All right, then." They go, "How much?" You go, "Well, give us 20 quid. And they give you 20 quid. And then you give them one firework, which is about the size of this. Right? It would be like that, but it would be in brown paper with something like that stuck to it. All in brown paper with one fuse sticking out the top, right? Now, these things were made for public firework displays where they'd be arranged and set up by professionals, triggered by, systems where you're a long way away, where you send an electric current down a wire to light the fuse. And these people would just send to people to put in their back gardens, and they'd be like, "Yeah, listen, when you've lit it, make sure you get about 20 meters away." Whereas really you wanted to be about 100 yards away. And of course, every year, same story. And every back window in that terrace went through while this firebomb went up into the air. And the firework would keep going for about 15 minutes because it was like a program. You know, it had loads of different fireworks in it. It wasn't just one. And so once all the windows have gone through and everyone's like, shit, then it just keeps going. Then there's another one. Everyone's ducking, all the dogs are howling, the neighbours are coming out, the fire brigade are coming. Where did you get those fireworks from? Because £5,000 worth was stolen from Danson Park again. No, I found it, Governor. There you go. A sensible bit of advice. No way, John. Do you remember? You remember? Because it happened every year. People would always go up there because in those days you could just easily rob things. Bullet 5 says, we used to wrap them in jail. Getting that blue paper, I stuffed a rolled up bit that had been meters in dungarees. What a fucking laugh. What? We used to wrap them in jail. Right, so you used to make fireworks in jail? Getting that blue paper, I stuffed a rolled up bit that had been meters in dungarees. I'm just going to let, you know, that I like you, but, you know, I'm just going to leave that out there. Well, exactly. I was talking about this yesterday. I have to say, John, the Blackheath firework display was brilliant, though. Bullet 5. Yep. Oh, so that's coming round, isn't it? 5th of November. Is it? Give me a 1 here if you do anything for firework night. When my old man was alive, and not because he was alive, but because I was younger, we used to do it. Everyone in my street did. You'd have you'd make a little fire in the garden. You'd invite people over. You'd get a couple of crates of beer. You'd spend about £5 on a box of fireworks from Phillips in Dartford, and they'd only sell them during firework that couple of weeks, and you couldn't sell them. They wouldn't sell them to kids. And you'd have a few rockets that went, boo, boo, and it was absolutely lovely. And I'll tell you what, if you've got young kids, do that for them. It was absolutely lovely. Nice one, Chris. Deadbeat Chess, I didn't know you were here, son. Nice to see you. They still do that big display up round A Park. No shit. Amazing. I mean, I did like the public ones. Dartford used to have a massive fire. Dartford Park's fire was huge, like pallets. You remember? Just pallets and pallets. But it all got a bit funny because Peter turned up. Not Piss Pete, but Petter or some shit. Oh, there's hedgehogs in there. That's not our fucking fault. You can't stop us having our fire. They'll run out fast enough once they start getting the suntan. And that fire used to be huge. And of course, when I was like knee-high to a grasshopper, it seemed like the biggest fire in the world. And there'd be a lovely firework display. But I preferred the one at home. I preferred it when all people from the street had come round. And then you'd all move to someone else's house and they'd have their fire and they'd have their firework displays. And you'd be at the back and you'd see them all going up. But that, you know, that I haven't seen that in Dartford for a long time. I mean, it was quite good living in Soho because you'd get to see the big London displays on Old Father Thames. You see, on Old Father Thames, they'd have a firework display. It'd be lovely. They'd light up the Millennium Eye. What's it called? The big wheel? Big Dipper? Ferris Millennium? What is that thing called? The Millennium Eye? Is it actually called that? Penny for a guy, that's right. It was a great earner, but in the end, we just dressed one of us up as one and put a plate over our face and drew a face on it. And they'd say, that ain't even a guy, that's just your friend. And you're about 18. But it was an earner. Penny for the guy was a good earner. Grit reckons it's called the Millennium Brûlée. I don't know. The London Eye, that's it. There you go. I don't know where I got Millennium Eye from. What's that? Oh, the Millennium Dome. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this, right? I had a mate. He was a bloke. He was in the office who played Gareth. And I met him in the French house once for a drink. And he said to me, what do you make of the Millennium Dome? And I wasn't feeling too clever, right? I was a bit worse for wear. And I said, I think they should take that absolute insult off the ground, turn it upside down, float it down the Thames, and everyone should throw money in it. And once they've raised the taxes back that paid for the fucking thing, it should be redistributed back to the people. It's shit. And he said, I was just interested because my missus is head of marketing. That's right, but that's not his real name. I'll tell you that for nothing. A nice bloke, though. He doesn't like me anymore. Only very recently. Well, I say very recently. It came from America, and a lot of the UK hasn't really taken on in the UK. You know, we haven't got those nice areas where, you know, I see them in America with nice big houses. You try doing that on an housing estate, you're just going to get some bloke open the door and go, what do you want? What? Fuck off. I mean, if you live in a nice middle class area out in the country, I'm sure it's lovely. But no, I agree, Liam. But I did go downhill towards the end. I did realise I was just watching middle of the road cack by the end of it. Alan says foot meat moot. Is that an American thing? We used to play bobbing apples. Did any English people play that? You put a lot of apples in a bowl of water, and you've got to try and get one out without using your hands. And so you dunk your head in the water, and you're sort of going, trying to get hold of an apple. But no. Scory says no, it did not. America got it from Ireland and Scotland. Okay. Yeah, but I said England got it from America. So that still counts, because if Ireland and Scotland gave it to America, then America gave it to England. So I don't think we're necessarily disagreeing there, young Scory. Moslab says it gets crazy here. Last year, the wife spent about $300 on candy. Well, what my mum's a little bit cleverer than that. And my mum will have fruit. So they know not to come back to my mother's gaff. When they open the door and go, trick or treat, she goes, wait there. And she comes back with a tangerine, a pear. You know, pears. English pears are like, they've got, their skin is made of cardboard. She goes, there you go. There's some fruit. And the kids are like, oh, fucking great. But I do remember carol singing is very big in England when I was a kid. So you go out, 3 or 4 of you, you knock on the door, and then you used to start singing first, so that when they open the door, they know you're carol singers. They open the door, they listen to you, and then they give you the money. It was such a laugh as a kid going carol singing, though, because you're all shitting it. None of you know the words to more than like just the first, maybe a half of the first verse. So you tend to just loop the chorus. You learn very quickly to go to wait for them to open the door. So there's 4 of you there, and you're shitting yourself, really. So you go up, dum dum dum. You're standing there, and they open the door, and then all 3 of you go, "We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish." And no shit. They're pissed off with it, and they go, "Oh, hang on a minute, wait there." How wonderful and Christmassy. Oh, hang on a minute, wait there. And then you can hear them go into the front room and go, June, you got any change? No, there's 3 kids from the estate. And they come back and give you like 9 pence. But you just stop. As soon as that money hits your hand, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Next house. Ding, ding, ding. Door opens, old woman. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Now, no one at that time knew the next bit, like dashing through the snow. So you'd sort of stop and she'd be going, this is lovely. And so you'd go, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun. And then she'd go, do you know any others? And you'd be like, oh, fucking hell. Silent night, holy night. And all 3 of us, Virgin Mother. Yeah. And she'd go, thank you very much. That was lovely. Have a good night. And you'll be like, fuck's sake. All right, Scotty, come on, son, calm it down. I mean, look, all right, okay, whatever. No, it's no biggie. I didn't really have. I didn't grow up with trick or treat. The only time I ever done it, we filled up my mum's sink, the plastic bit that you put in the sink. I don't know why. When you've got a sink, why do you need a plastic liner? Don't understand that. We filled it up with like flour and eggs, and we just made like something horrible. And so when we turned up and said trick or treat, if they didn't give us anything, we thought we had to trick them. And this massive fat woman answered the door. She went, what do you want? And we were like, trick or treat. She went, what the fuck is that? We went, well, you give us a treat or we play a trick on you. And she went, no, I ain't got time for this bullshit. And shut the door. So we were like, all right then. So we got this fucking bowl of mess and just threw it all over her door. And she came out, right? She came out and we ran and she caught my mate by the back of his hair and smashed him on the car. She bounced his head off the bonnet of a car. She went, don't you fucking throw that fucking around. And I had to run back. I went, stop, don't fucking hurt him anymore. She went, will you fucking... And I went, all right. And he was like, fuck it. My fucking nose is bleeding, blood everywhere. And she made us clean it up. And she said, I know where your mother lives, you Dangerfield. I was like, oh, fuck. Now I've been recognised. So she come out, buckets of ice cold water, sponges. And this is November. Made us clean all this stuff off her fucking windows. And that was the end of my trick or treat experience. So no, not really one for me, that one. All right, Sad Clown World. What happened to straight? Well, exactly. They tell you on the one hand not to go around knocking on people's door. Yeah, but you know, we in the 70s and early 80s, you knew where all the pedos lived. You know, it was a safer place. Every estate had its own pedo. He got his windows put through and he got knocked down ginger or whatever you called it where you lived. And you were safe because you knew the pedo. Problem with the 90s is you see it all went underground. You know, when that geezer used to hang around outside the schools with a bag of sweets and a rounder's bat, you knew where you stood. If you were going to risk the sweets, you might get knocked unconscious and dragged home for a bit of gambling. But no, all changed. Fucking rough justice that though. You know, I can remember kids just with nothing to do, just going, oh, you know that bloke who lives over there? And he was just an eccentric. That's all he was, just an eccentric. Didn't fit in, lived on his own. And all it took was one kid to go, yeah, he's a pedo, he is. And that bloke's life was ruined. And all it took, just someone not being able to understand a bit of difference. Yeah, he's a fucking pedo, he is, and that was it. His windows are going through once a week. Maybe shit going through his letterboxes and all sorts. There you go, Paul. Smashed over the head for a Maltese Christmas. No, my dad, it was a woman. It was a woman, Rags. It was a woman. And I don't think my dad would have gotten it. To be honest with you, you're talking about the pedo. Yeah, that's a different kettle of fish. But no, if my dad had found out that I threw a bucket of a washing up bowl full of muck over some woman's window, he'd have probably clumped me and said, "No, you're fucking right. You cleaned it all off." We used to go around the estates turning all the gates upside down. We weren't interested in treating, just tricks. Turning the gates upside down. So what? They had open hinges on them, so you could just up them, turn them upside down. Yeah, I think all that's nice. Me and my girlfriends do that. I'll be doing that this year. I think we've done it here once because they've got some good pumpkins out here, and nice all that. Put a candle in it, turn the lights off, and you've got the little scary pumpkins. But I told my missus that we got real zombies in England, and now she's terrified. And now every time I tell her that we haven't got them, she don't believe me. She thinks I'm just trying to calm her down. Let me check my entropy. Jesus fuck Christ, that I'm 3/4, you bastards. Oh no, without a doubt, the funniest, whatever you called it, people. Let's just hang on. Let's see what Son of Max has got to say because it's a big one. Yes, Danger. I was working in Norwich on Thursday and I noticed a bunch of economic visitors to our country hanging around a park full of scantily clothed. I don't know. Yeah, it's awful. I mean, did you see that thing I showed yesterday about they were staying on? There was a couple staying on a military base. They hadn't even got into the country proper, and they already sexually abused 3 minors. It's just shocking. So what was it called where you lived? Where we called it Knockdown Ginger. And that, by the way, people, is the game where we do have zombies in England. Most of them are in Parliament. It's the one where you go up to someone's door and knock on it and then run, and then you do the same house repeatedly over a few nights because then they start getting mad and waiting for you. And then as you get up to the door, it opens. You get a move on then. But whatever you called it, what have we got? So it's just knock down and run away. Rat-a-tat-tat ginger. That's a mouthful, but there you go. Knock door run. Nick knockin'. I like that one. Thunder and lightning. Ring and run. Hello, Henry Hill. Good evening to you too, sir. Nice one, Ralph. That's what ours was. Our pal had the very creative knock a door and run away. Now, can we just have a 1 in the chat if that game, whatever you called it, was one of the most fun things you could do when you were about 10 years old? If you agree with me that was mad entertainment, give us a 1 in the chat. I am going to put a 1 in for that because I definitely agree. Cerebral Cardio called it Noki Hido. I quite like that one as well. A couple of these are great. Noki Hido. Did you really? Oh, there you go. There's a few. Oh, loads of them. Oh, good. It was so much fun, wasn't it? What a laugh. And you didn't need anything. That was the beauty of it. If you were just sitting there going, what should we do tonight? Should we knock down ginger or Noki Hido or whatever? No, Jess only did it a couple of times. Oh no, that was regular fare, man. It was so good because you could literally, you'd get the people that you'd do all the time, and then you've got the one, oh, cherry knocking. Hello, Manny Moo. That sounds like an interesting one. Cherry knocking. You'd have the ones where the garden path was a bit, you know, if you had the ones where the door was on next to the pavement, easy, dang, 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 run. But sometimes you'd have to creep up the garden path. Yeah, the good old days. Me and my brother, we used to turn the sofa around so it faced the window and spend the day with the yellow pages, all the free numbers, like the Americans call them toll free, but in England it was the 0800, just on the phone, ordering pizzas, skips, you know, skip hire, flying. There was one bloke called the Flying Clipper, like mobile hairdressers, and watching this bloke over the road. And when they'd leave his house and he'd go, I didn't fucking order a skip. And they'd lower the skip down before they knocked on his door to say, your skip's here. And they'd go, he'd come out going, I haven't ordered this. They go, well, it says here, blah, 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 blah. No. Then he's arguing with some pikeys. We'd be sitting there crying with laughter. When they'd gone, he'd point. He'd know, he'd go. But we'd have like net curtains. We'd sort of just go. My old man and my mum put a lock on the phone because of it. It got so out of hand. But old Chrissy boy, first lock I ever picked. They couldn't work it out. How have they done it? Oh, lovely Mr. E. Garden hopping was just bliskets. Like where I come from, right, it's blocks. So it's terraced houses. And I imagine it is for a lot of people in the chat from England. So you've got a row of terrace houses, which is one street, about what, 40 houses? And then you've got two that way and then two that way. So if you can go up an alley, you can garden up like 20 gardens on the trot. It was fucking wicked. And we used to like get the old, like, well, it weren't cam cream, it was just dirt. We'd like do that. We'd burn corks sometimes and just sort of put the cork black on our faces and like, just get up that alley and go running through people's gardens. But some terrible injuries. Falling in fish ponds was a classic because we used to do it at night, obviously. Falling into fish ponds, not seeing the fence or the gate, or it'll be a low one. You'll be going, ha, 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 and then just fly forward. Fucking hell, man. Brilliant. Garden hopping. I mean, look, I'm not being funny. I am not, I'm not too proud to say we were still doing things like garden hopping and knock down ginger when we were like 12 and 13. And look, do you reckon you'd have 13-year-olds doing that these days? No, man. They're sitting in pretending to kill people all night with their computers. Or they're in gangs and shit. It's so weird. We had a childhood. Exactly that, Craig. Essential for skint kids. But what a time to be had. Garden hopping was brilliant. Fionn has just said the most boring game ever. Rang my parents' doorbell and ran round the side of the house. You played a trick on your own parents. Now, Fionn, I can't say, did anyone else do that? Because no one else played that game. Well, you're not allowed out or anything. Did you have a zone that was, did you garden up your own garden and knock down ginger your own house? And you went, just let me out then. Let me move further afield. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Just the same house every time. Because this is the problem. If when they chased you, that's magic. That's exactly what you want. That mad adrenaline when there's a full-grown adult angry as fuck because you've been doing this to him every night for like 4 weeks. Actually, run out, jumps his fence. Get here, you little bastards! And you're just your lungs are burning, and you run, and it feels like you're running for about a mile. You ain't stopping, man. You are, and then you get down the alleys, and you know all the routes because you've been doing it, and you've been playing in all the alleys. In the alley, then you garden hop to get away from the bloke chasing you from Knockdown Ginger, and of course you lose him because he's not gonna, you know, a 39-year-old man running through other people's gardens has got slightly more worrying undertones than 3 kids. Fucking brilliant, man. We must have sent those people nuts. Oh, that's brought back some real memories. The Grand National. Just doing it. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and you can't see it at night unless the moon's out and there's not overcast, and you just go, ha ha ha. Oh, you're it. Nah. Yeah, no, it feels a bit like that. You know, it's a bit bittersweet, these memories, because, I mean, look, it was a bit shitty for the people, but so innocent. What laughs, just knocking on someone's door and running, garden hopping, brilliant. And even when you got caught garden hopping, you know, they'd grab you by the scruff of your neck and go, right, I'm taking you to see your parents. And you'll be going, no, please don't, mate, please don't. I'll tell you what, we'll wash your car in the morning. I'll wash your car. We'll do it now or something. No, please don't. And then they'd see that you are actually scared. And they go, look, just don't do it again, mate. And then they'd reason with you. It's weird. Thing is, I've just put in a new lawn and you lot trampling on it, stopping it from taking. If you give it 6 months and then you can run over it as much as you fucking want. And you'll be like, oh, all right, fair enough. That's a fair deal. Thank fuck you didn't tell me, old man. That's amazing. Our neighbour had a tape recording of a dog barking. Good Lord. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That's what you've done. You fucked around in the street. As I've done on here many times, I could name you just off the top of my head, I could name you 15, 20 kids who would be out in the street every single night for like summer and spring, playing all sorts of things, all those hide and seek variations, 40-40 scouts, all that lot. Brilliant. Yeah, there you go, Alan. Snowballs, just great. Great memories of my youth, and don't forget scrumping. Well, we used to go scrumping for cherries. There were a lot of cherry trees around where I lived in people's back gardens. So if you could get in their garden and get back home, and it was quite funny because, excuse me, you'd get back home and you'd have like 2 carrier bags full of cherries, and your mum wouldn't go, where have you nicked them from? She'd be like, oh, give them a wash. And then you'd give them out to people in the street because no way you're going to eat 2 bags of cherries. And those lovely, really sort of so purple, they're almost black ones. Oh, my days. Just give them out to people. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, conkers too. Yeah. And it was all right as well. There's only a clip around the year. They didn't sort of, you know, around our way, they'd just give you a little slap and go, get out. And then your mates would be cracking up at you while you're going, oh, fuck me. Oh, it's great fun. Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? And kids need that. They need it. They need to work out how they exist in a group, because you've got the really hot girl that everyone wants to kiss. I mean, did you lot play Postman's Knock? Oh, good. Right. You probably had your own version of it. So Postman's Knock, what we called, let me know what you called it. This is what it was, the game. So you'd separate into boys and girls. There was no non-binaries. You were either a boy or a girl. And then it would be a girl's turn, for instance. And so she'd say something like, different types of cars. And then all the boys would go, and you'd have a spokesperson. So once you'd all picked it, the boy would go, Ferrari, Lamborghini, escort, princess. And then the girl would go, Lamborghini. And that would be one of the boys. And then they'd go into the other room. And what they'd done in the other room, they had about 5 minutes. But sometimes you just go in there and go, I've always liked you, really. And she'd go, yeah, but I've got a boyfriend who lives in another town, lying. And then it'd just come out. But sometimes you'd go in there and the girl would just go, especially if she was a couple of years older than you, and you'll just be there going, until your lips were sore, and then she'd go, thank you. And then you'd do it again. It's amazing. So what was that called? Kiss, cuddle, or torture? Yeah, you've overstepped the mark there. Kiss, cuddle, or torture? Oh, kiss chase. That's going way back though. We used to play that in like infant school. You would not be allowed to do that today. You would, if you done that today, they'd have the social services on you. Because you just chase a girl, and then when you got hold of her, you'd snog her. And it was no drama. It was just kids getting to working out their life, which is what kids need to do, strangely enough. But you'd have the social services on you. It's absurd. I fucking hate the left. I fucking hate them after all that. Just ridiculous. Skin Scar, I was about to say that. We had a family called the Downings. He was a cabbie. He used to work for, oh my God, an actual donation on the 2-hour mark. Thank you so much, Joe. You don't know how much it means. 7 minutes in heaven. Is that what you called Postman's Knock? Or are you just saying that this nostalgia has been 7 minutes in heaven? That's a wicked name for it. Lord knows why we called it Postman's Knock. Let me know. Can you confirm that? Nice one for the donation. I'll just check my entropy while I'm there. Oh, I did get one as well. Oh, freaking Grego come through, the little bugger. Nice one, Joe, you undead cookie monster. I'm just going to put up another donation from the wonderful Gregorian chanter himself. Yeah, confirm whether that's what you called that game, because that's a better name than Postman's Knock, because I used to love it. It was such Bonersville. I used to go home and lay in bed. I'm at Skin Skull. I'm going to get back to your comment because I was just thinking exactly that. And with pretty much the exact words you used. Grego said this. I done the maths. Diana died in 97, so you put your mate's bums on the TV age 25, not 20. Yeah, without a doubt. We both left Dartington Art College, so yeah, we would have been about 24, 25. Oh, me and Mumford have done things far worse than that when we were like 45. No, good call though, Grego. Nice one for doing the work. Thank you for the donation too. 7 minutes in heaven. Well, I want to see Joe's. Ah, that's what you called it. Okay, there you go. 7 minutes in heaven. Sad clown world after a few Stellas. No apologising, Chrissy. Never, never, never. Jess never had any kiss games. Yeah, well, you're young. That's why. Jess at school, seriously, at playtime, you'd play kiss chase. You'd chase girls, and if you got older one, which you always did, you'd kiss them and they'd be all right. You wouldn't sort of go, come here. And, you'd be the same age as them, but you'd just sort of go, mwah, and they'd go, and you'd go, and the pair of you were really thinking, oh, that was lovely. Life's great. Beautiful. I hope I get the hot one. Right, where is Skin Scar's comment? Because I had a comment to make on that. Right, yes. So there was this family. I don't want to dox them. I mean, most of them have died, unfortunately, now. One of them went to prison for murder, bless him. I know that sounds weird, but bless him. He was an all right bloke. I don't know what happened there. But the two daughters, Karen and Tracy, I mean, this is classic 80s. Karen was absolutely beautiful. And me and my brother had loads of lead horses, like little, lead soldiers, but they were like horses. And she'd let me kiss her if I lent her one of them. And she was so dirty. Like, just not, she wasn't. She was like, she was dirty to me, and I was like 8. So you know what I mean? But she was so, when you're that age and you're going through all those mad hormones and that, and then this girl, she goes, okay, you can put your arms around me and you can kiss me for 20 seconds if I can take that horse home. And I'll be like, have it. you don't have to bring it back. And then I'd put my hands either side of sort of, not on her boobs, but not off them. Do you know what I mean? This part of my hand would be sort of on the front, and then I'd just go, and we'd just be sort of there going, and then she'd go, okay, that's it. I'll be just going, and then it'd be like, do you like green Jill? She'd go, yeah, I like green Jill. Yeah, me too. I've got some different horses if you want to look at them too. The thing is, Ginscar, I'm not taking anything away from the lovely Karen, but what I reckon it was, that was your street. So there was going to be the hottest just by virtue of your environment. Do you know what I mean? Oh, man, it was something else. Nice one, son of Max comes in with a late Lady Godiva. Yes, Danger, you're a top Cockney blagger. Great content. Well, I can't believe I've been going for 2 hours and I haven't got a clue what I've been talking about. I've shown no videos. Well, I showed a kind of a weak explosion, but I did like the shockwave. It's Saturday, innit? Come on. I ain't going to be doing any writing tonight. I thought my missus was coming over tomorrow, but since she isn't, I'm going to get that done. Get on that tomorrow and make a day of it. Thank you very much, son of Max. That's much appreciatato. But it's been absolutely lovely. I'll tell you what. Well, they certainly mature more than the blokes, and they realise that the boys are desperate for attention, so they can just get stuff off you. They can just get things off you. You'll just do what they say for anything. Now, I can remember girls would come up to me in the street who I didn't even know when I was like 8. No, they weren't Northern, but I always do Northern when I do an impression. I don't know why. Girls would just come up to me in the street, and again, they just appeared slaggy, like they'd have lipstick on and like eye makeup. And they were like 10, and they'd just come up to me and go, "Oi, can you? I'm not going to go Northern here. I'm gonna take heed." They'd sort of go, "Can you nick a cigarette off your mum and you can kiss me?" I'll go, "Yeah." Like, not even thinking about it. "Yeah, I can do that." And they go, "All right, then I'll meet you here in about 5 minutes." And then I'd just go home. Mum would be in the kitchen. I'd get out one of her 1/2 metre long Super Kings, go outside and go, "Here." And she'd go, "What, here or up the alley then?" And I go, "Wherever you want." She'd go, "Come on, let's go up the alley." Go up the alley, and then she'd just go, I'll be going, and then she'd go, "Thanks," put it in her mouth, light it, and fuck off. That happened loads. Must just been a weird, well, as Alan said, they learn young. No, I wasn't suggesting that at all. But with me not having a Northern accent, it would have been weird if me and the girl I was kissing who lived on my street were. Barney Rubble's dropped a Lady Godiva. The grift is getting saved here at the sprint finish. I might go on a bit longer, actually. My vig. Barney's got a vig. My vig has been lacking of late. Must try harder. Hi. Is my eyes going wrong? Vig. Looking forward to the SUBSTACK. Barney, you lost me at Vig. V-I-G? V-L-G. Can I see properly? My Vig. My Vig. Maybe, Barney, I'm trying to help you. I can't work out if it's a typo or something I don't understand. V-I-G. Bollocks. Thank you, though, Barney. And yeah, I'm looking forward to SUBSTACK 2 as well. We've got about 21 now, 22. North Dartford, maybe. Yeah, but fuck me, man. Play me like a fiddle as much as you want. Just you want me to do something and you're going to touch me? Let's go. It was always about women with me. Well, girls when I was a kid. I just loved them. I absolutely loved them from very early age. Even at infant school, I would nick things from my house that I thought I could give to a girl. And if I sort of fixated on a girl at school, I'd just go in and go, "Here, I got you this. It's a present." And she'd go, "Thank you." And I go, "It's all right, I love you." She'd go, "Okay." I go, "Okay." And I just couldn't stop thinking about them till about today. I was asked a question then. Where is it? Can you remember playing doctors and nurses? Yeah, I played it with my cousins, and she went a bit far. Right, I'm going to ask a very strange question here, and I'm going to word this kind of carefully. Well, it's much what I just said to Robert there. When you played like doctors and nurses and those sorts of games with like the local girls, did it ever go too far, if you know what I mean? 42, OBS, easy. Or you can just send me the link. But OBS you can do a screen grab with. But I don't understand, because if you're copying the video off the internet, just use YouTube. Just send me the YouTube link. Give me a 1 in the chat if you ever played those sorts of games, and you know what I mean. All right, you know what I mean. Gangster term for cash. Vig. I've never heard that, Barney. But that's no problem. Again, there's no apologies. If you know, that's fine. You sing Goodfellas, is it? No one else seems to have heard of it either. Oh, hang on. Alan has. He means money. Oh, hang on a minute. Look at all those ones. Sorry, Barney, for not knowing Vig. I've never heard of that one, but there you go. Steady on, Anglo. I didn't mean that far. Yes, Tito, yes. This is where I'm going. I never sort of, thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just stick my hand in there. But the girls did. They didn't give a shit. Look at those ones. Everyone knows what I mean. Alan, it's never too far. Well, that's what I don't want to do, Tech Roach, because, people will trim it and look what he's talking about now. When actually I'm talking about something very innocent that we all understand, and it's actually nice, and I don't want arseholes to turn it into something stupid. Oh, that's a very nice thing to say. Because today I didn't have any videos or anything prepared. I thought people might think it was a bit tame, but and then when you don't do a good grift and no videos, I've been sitting here thinking, has this been shit? And then getting a little bit para. So comments like that, Mr. Rex, make the hell of a lot of difference. Thank you very much. But those massive amounts of ones, that's incredible. Yeah, and Emma, and as you should be, because why? That's how you learn how to not be a child and grow up, you know. But again, if that anything like that, what I'm thinking of, happened today, you'd have the social services round, and it would be on the boy, of course. You can't do that. You need to be re-educated. You need to go and stay 3 weeks in a mental home. And you know what you done to her? Well, hang on, I didn't do anything. She asked me if she could have a sweet. Next thing I know, she was feeding. Yeah, okay. All right, Rags, hang on. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah, we'll have a look at that for sure. That good call, Rags. That looks amazing. The one in Dartford that I said was big was not that big, but not far off. Let's have a look at this. So this is a bonfire that we were talking about. Yeah, we were talking about, oh, my days. And I turned back to 10 curves. From 1B1S. Is that one ball, one shit? I second Anglo Rex. Lovely. That's very lovely of you. And meditate the dial tone. Great chat, Danger. Thanks for the laughs. Lovely. Thanks for the 6 Canadian Ds. Wonderful. Very nice. Oh my God. Great memory. Hang on, I just need to... They didn't get anywhere near enough airtime as they deserved. Okay, I'll tell that story. Have I told it on the stream before, or did I make a video about it? Because I imagine a lot of you won't know that story. Thank you for those 2 donations, people. Very kind. And lovely sentiments too, because I was struggling a bit there, to be honest with you. I was thinking, yeah, I might just be rambling. And I know that's all I always do, but I don't know. We'll have a look at this fire thing in a minute. So I'm going to tell you, as someone just said, who said it? Where is it? Who said it? Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking, where you suddenly, yeah. There's a moment of innocence and there's a moment of heartache. The pony? Good Lord. Thank you, Scorry. Go on, son. Get out with that dog. Nice one, mate. Much just appreciate us. Right, so I'll do the short version because I know a few of you have heard this. So BMXing had arrived in England. Andy Ruffle was on Saturday Superstore doing all this stuff. Mum, I want a BMX. I want a BMX. My Tomahawk is no longer the wheels to be seen with. My third-rate chopper, Steady, is not the wheels to be seen. No longer the wheels to be seen with. I want a BMX. And so she said to me, how much is one of them going to cost you? And I said, well, you could probably get a used one, second-hand one, welcome to my world, for about 80 quid. And she said, if you save up £40, I'll put in £40 for your birthday, right? Something like that. I can't remember exactly the numbers, right? So I, Ragnar, always love an evening with the Scrubs and Scrubbettes. Mind and join us on Telegram at the Scrubs Lifeboat. Rags, put the address in. Nice one. That's much appreciated, Rags. What's all these D's? I've missed this one. Oi, you Steady. Hoip, you Scrubs. That's very kind of you. Oh, you saw a little bit of, what's the word? You saw me a little bit vulnerable then, didn't you? I was a little bit, I don't know why, there was a little bit of vulnerability about me then. Maybe it's all this talk of childhood. Thank you, John, and thank you, everyone. It's lovely, this place. You know, when I stopped doing it, I was in a mess with those fucking diazepams, so I didn't realise that what people would be missing out on and how much it meant to people. And it was only when I sorted out that problem that I realised how much it meant to me, which is why I come back. And Oh yeah, you know, I've apologized before. I'm not going to apologize again because it dilutes it. But hands up, I did make a mistake, and I'm sorry if I pissed anyone off. But you know, we're back. It's good. It's cool. And thank you, Rags, for that donation and sentiment. Right. So anyway, somehow my mum says to me one day, Brenda's son is selling his bike. It's a BMX. Now, you know, there's no way I was going to get like a Harrow Freestyler or a PK Ripper or a Diamondback. You know, I was going to get a crap BMX, but it was going to be a BMX. And she said, I'll buy it for you, but you still have to do the deal. But she said, otherwise it's going to sell. And it was only about 60 or 70 quid. So I bought it. I got a BMX, right? And it was brilliant because all the kids were getting them. And we were all burning around. We used to go up Dartford Heath. Dartford Heath is covered in bomb craters because I think there used to be a munitions factory. Well, you got Woolwich Arsenal, which is why it's called Woolwich Arsenal. And there was also munitions factories in near Dartford Lakes. And Dartford Lakes, listen to this amazing story. Dartford Lakes, they covered the lakes in pallets, you know, wooden pallets that floated, and they put chickens on them. And they've done this a lot in the south of England on lakes, rivers, all that sort of thing. So that when the Blitzkrieg, when the German Waffen SS and all that were coming over, because they came at night, they used to have maps that would have the lakes and rivers on them because they'd be reflected in moonlight. I wrote an essay about this, by the way, so I know what I'm talking about. And the mad thing, the reason I wrote the essay, you know, I've often talked about the map and the territory and Baudrillard simulations and Louis Borges' story about the map getting confused for the territory. Well, if you've got lakes and you float pallets on them and put chickens on them, when those German bombers are coming over, the maps they've got, which show the lakes and the rivers, well, the lakes and the rivers have gone because they're not reflecting the moonlight because they've got pallets and they used other things like tarps or whatever. And you know, they cut down all the trees and just put all the leaves and shit over them. So their maps of the area actually showed them where they were not. Isn't that incredible? So they'd come over the English Channel, or they'd come however they, you know, I don't know where the Germans come from. I'd imagine they'd set them off from France, actually, but who knows? I don't know that bit about the war. Yeah, they did, because they had all those sound things down in the Isle of Sheppey and all that. Those weird radar, big concrete sort of listening things. Bizarre. Anyway, so the maps would, the Germans bombers would look at their maps, look out the window and think, well, we're not here. We're not here. What an amazing thing a map to tell you. That you can imagine the co-pilot going, where are we? And him go, not here. The map says we are not where we are. Right. Anyway. So because they just bombed the shit out of the area all the way up the Thames, basically, all the way up the estuary into central London. Dartford Heath is full of bomb craters. And over the years, kids have ridden bikes on them. So there's tracks. And some of these craters go down like 70 foot. So you fucking fly down, flattens out a bit at the bottom, but you get enough speed because you pedal down one side. So you get enough speed to pop out of the top end, little tabletop, bang, you're back down. And there's a whole area where the bomb holes are so close to each other, they're called the glory bumps. Because you go down one, you come up another, you've only got about 2 meters before you go down the other one. And you can just keep going, brilliant. So you'd go up there and all the kids from Dartford, you'd have a big meet up, like 50 kids on their BMXs. Glorious. Glorious. And then one day, I wake up for school and I think I'll just clean my bike because I loved it before I go to school. Go out the back, it's gone. It's been nicked. Cried my eyes out. I'll tell you how old I was, because I remember going into Mrs. Chadwick's class, still crying at school. And Mrs. Chadwick was the 4th year of primary school, so I was 10. And I was just devastated. It had gone. We had no insurance or anything like that bullshit on a fucking 70 quid bike. And I remember just saying to my mum, and you know, my mum and dad didn't have enough money to go, oh, we'll buy you another one. That was going to take me another year to save up to get another bike. Crying my eyes out, right? Then people kept saying to me, I think I know who's got your bike. It's this kid, he lives so-and-so. And it was just kids just lying like kids do. So one night I thought, right, I'm going to go. It wasn't a night, actually. It was a Saturday afternoon. And I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around all the alleyways. I mean, fucking ridiculous. The Pikeys had them, you know. They probably had about 20 bikes that night, and they've all been sold off in another town. But I thought at my 10 years old, I'll go around all the alleyways and look in people's gardens and see if I can... nice one, Epic X. And see if I can find my bike, see if I can see it. And, you know, I remember, it's so naive at 10 years old, your world's so small. I remember thinking, well, there's half a chance, you know, probably some kid nicked it. And, you know, I didn't understand that it had been an organised crime thing where they had loaded up about 50 bikes in a van and drove it to Birmingham or something. So I'm going around all the alleyways, no joy. Now, I've told you about these houses before. These houses are on East Hill, and Dartford is a valley. You've got East Hill, the valley, and that's Dartford. A ford is, you know, it's a river that they used to take horses through. And then you go up West Hill. Now, on East Hill, there's these houses where you go in the front door. It's hard to explain. Right, I'm going to draw it for you because this will make a difference. This will make a difference to the story. I'll just open the Scrubs book of awesome knowledge that glints. Ching, ching. Right, this is going to be a very rough sketch. Let me work out how this works. So there's their road. There's their house. But their house sort of goes down like that. There's their garden. There's an alleyway here. And then there's their garden. And there's their house. There's their window. There's their door. Right, I have just made the most useless diagram in the history of diagrams. Right. Right, you see that? So this backwards lark ain't gonna help. This is a road, right? This is a pavement here. That's a pavement. And you go in that door, and that's someone's house. But their house, you go downstairs, right? You go downstairs, and that is their garden. But their garden goes downstairs, and that is here, is another alleyway, right? But this is the bedroom window of another house because it's all on a hill. Because this is a hill. Basically, this alleyway, which is at the back garden of this house, is level almost with the back windows of these houses. Do you sort of get that? Basically, there's an alleyway that is level with the bedroom windows of other houses. That's what you need to know, right? Jeff. Only 7 years. Jess gets it. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. The garden had a moat. Visual Leah. Amazing. Good call, Tito. Right. Son of Max gets it. Right. So now, basically, I'm walking down. Hang on. I'm walking down. Exactly, Clark. Exactly, right? I'm walking down the alleyway that's level with the back windows of other houses because I can see down into their gardens. I get to a certain bit and I hear dunk, dunk, dunk. And I turn around and it's only about, what, from here to there? 40 foot away, right? About 40 foot away, there's been a knock on a window. And when I turn around, I see these two girls just hide. They sort of just go down, right? Steady. I'm 10, right? And I stop, of course, instantly. And I sort of go. And you got to remember, I'm anemic, jaundiced, goofy, little, ugly kid, right? And then they come back up, but they've got towels over their head. But I know who they are because I know who lives in the house because I know who lives in the house behind me. And so I know who at least one of them is this geezer's sister. And she's hot as hell, and she is to the present day. Man, I might have to talk to her about this. I've never confronted her. Not confronted, I've never said, do you remember? Anyway, and I had a fair guess who the other one was because they were always wrapped around each other. They were best mates, right? Now, they were 13-year-olds. I was 10, right? And they've come back up, and they've got towels, just tea towels, so I can still see their mouths and that, but they're hiding themselves, right? And they've got no clothes on. They've got no clothes on. It's boobs and fanny akimbo. And I just go, shit. These are the first naked female bodies I've ever seen that weren't in a magazine. I just sat down. I thought, I'm going to be here for a while. This is like the best television program I've ever seen. And then it started spitting. Steady, steady, rain. And I just thought, I don't care. And they just put on a show. They were cuddling and kissing and hands were everywhere. And they were sucking and a tucking and a mucking about for about 3 hours. Yeah. John, yeah, I didn't give a shit. And I actually remember at the time thinking, well, you know, you've had your bike nicked, but look what it's led to. And my heart, my whole body was just like a hormonal wreck. And they went on for ages, like about 2 hours, just putting on this weird. Well, I say weird. It was weird because I was 10. And I was just going. And then they were going like this, right? And so I was like, and I sort of got up. And as I started, and their garden goes down a slope because their bedroom window's there. So it goes down a slope. So as I started walking down the slope, they'd disappear from the window. And as soon as they disappeared, I thought, well, all right then. So then I'd walk back up. And I'd go to walk home, dung, 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 on the window, back at this fucking weird show. So I'd sit down. Then one of them would go, come here. Then they'd let me get a bit nearer. Fucking hell, man. I don't think I ever thought about my bike again because something new and exciting had come into my world that was, you know, had more of an impact than doing a tabletop out of a bomb hole on Dartford Heath. So there you go. There's the honey monster. I'll tell you. Hey, Johnny, there you go. Maybe that's where it came from. Good call. Good call. Now, did I ever go back? I did. Yeah, I did. I went the long way round occasionally, just on the off chance, but nah, no such luck. I don't think I ever saw any of that again, ever, anywhere. Good Lord, it's 1:45 in the morning. Jimmy! I'm sorry, trying across. Hang on. I'm sorry, trying across from a tea at a German Oktoberfest. Fucktastic. I'm sorry trying across from a T. I can't. Nice one, Jimmy. I hope you enjoyed the Oktoberfest, but I don't really understand. I'm sorry trying across. Sitting. Okay, I'm sorry. Sitting across from a T. You're all right. Just sit across. Nice one. Right. But yeah, it's not quite Patong, but more of the Dartford yellow skin. Rufus. I haven't got a clue what he's talking about. Something. I think he's at an Oktoberfest, and I think there's transsexuals there, and that's what's happening. So there must be the bike tires talking. No, everyone believes you. Everyone believes you. Yeah, it was quite a thing. Oh Lord. Oh, hang on. Grego has dropped another donation. Oh yeah, right. It's nowhere near the quality of that. I mean, it wasn't a great story, that, but it was we were talking about those innocent childhood sort of results. So I thought I'll tell you. We'll have a look at this video in a minute, but let me tell you this quickly, right? I don't believe in any sort of superstitious mumbo jumbo, and I don't believe in the supernatural or anything like that. But I used to make my own notebooks, right? When I was at art school and sort of 16, I know what one I'm thinking about. And I had no money. I was living in someone else's front room, and they charged me like a tenner a week, and they built a curtain that I could put over at night, and so that they could get in and out of their house without seeing me, sort of thing. That was nice of them. And so I used to have this darning needle, and I used to sort of make my own sketch pads out of loose leaf paper that I'd nicked from college, and then just make, just darn like the binding bit to it. Now, I had no heating in that house. There was a fireplace, but it didn't work. And this darning needle was sitting just on like the bit next to the fireplace, but there was no fire in it. It was for a coal fire, and I never had coal in there ever. Right? I never used it. That's important. And this darning needle, there you go, Rusky. This is one of this lot. This darning needle was just sitting there. And once I thought, I don't want to lose that. I'll put it somewhere else. I picked it up with this thumb and finger. No problem. And then I put it in this palm. No problem. Reached over to my little box that I was going to put it in, and it burnt my hand, and it left like a welt, like a big burn, like when you burn. Imagine that needle was red hot and you put it on your hand and it would burn you and it would come up like a big blister. It did. So much so that I thought I was going mad. I was like, hang on, I just picked that up. There's no way that could have got hot. And to then put it in that hand and then just go, fuck. And I ran down the street to where there were some other students I knew living. I've knocked on their door and I said, look at that. That's real, right? You can see that. And this geezer, Sam, he went, yeah. He went, how'd you do that? You burnt yourself. I said, yeah, I have. Yeah, on a cold needle. And he was like, what? I said, it's all right. I just needed someone to confirm that I ain't seeing things. Now, I've never had anything like that happen again or before, but that is one thing in my life that is totally unexplainable. I've got no idea what happened there. And people have suggested to me, maybe you had a heater on or something, or nah, very, very strange. Let's have a look at this little video from Northern Ireland. It looks great, actually. We were talking about fireworks earlier, bonfire night. Check this out. Look at the size of this fucker. Give me an audio check, please, someone. Look at the size of this. Yeah, I did. I put it in the case and it was fine. It weren't hot or anything. Thank you, people on the audio. But I've flicked through this to have a look at it. You want to see how big this thing goes? Look at that! Look at their fire! Fucking hell! That is huge. Wow. Even getting more delivered. Yeah, but I don't know where the acid would have come from. Yeah, they look a bit close, don't they, Rusky? Good. Fuck me, look at that shot of it. Actually, that you can see it's not as close to those houses as that other photo looked. Look how big that is, man. Look at that on the top with the old green, white and yellow and all. Look at that. Jesus, man. How tall is that, Rags? That's got to be what? It's got to be at least 100 foot. It's got to be, isn't it? Look at that. I bet it's lovely living there. Look. I bet if all the kids hang around here. All these houses, I bet everyone knows each other. Rags, do they light it in this video? Or are we just going to... Oh, here we go. Whoa! Oh, it's got all the fireworks on the top. But Rags, do they burn it? Or do they actually burn it? No, look at that. Urge to remove controversial bonfire. Straight away. Good Lord. Rags, does it actually get burnt? Or is it just built up to stick the fireworks on it? How strange. The next thing up, you've got to get rid of it. Oh, here we go. Hang on, people. Hang on. So good call, Rags. Good call. He didn't let us down. So, people, I'm assuming it's the same one. Yes, it is. Right, so check this out, people. Same one. It gets into the action a bit rapido, so check this. Wow. Fuck me. Craigie Hill. Ain't we got a Craigie Hill on the firm? Wow, look at that. That is a fire. Jesus, I bet you can see that for miles around. The old fire brigade there, 4 of them. Yeah. Good luck. Fucking hell. So I suppose, in fairness, it's built and designed in such a way that it burns down rather than like up from the bottom, because that would be a bit of a drama, I guess. Yeah, it's nice to see the fire engine, but you ain't going to be doing nothing to that, mate. Look at that. Fucking hell, that's incredible. Wow. 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 Have you been to one of those rags? Have you been up there and seen that happen? Exactly. That's exactly what I was just thinking. Not really, but you've nailed it. That's incredible. Wow. Nice one, Rags. That was absolutely amazing. I think that's probably the biggest and best I've ever seen. Right. Because Rags sent us that one, I can't show that, Rags. I cannot show that. I can't show that. No, Rags, I'm not showing Brazilian girls playing slip and slide basketball. I might have a look on my own in a minute, though. People, it's been an absolute pleasure, but it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here, and I need to just have a bit of time to myself today. And yeah, without a doubt, John, I was thinking that. It's been an absolute pleasure. We nearly hit the 3-hour mark, but I need to have a bit of time to myself. We had a good laugh here tonight. It's flown by. We had some great chats. Oh, hang on, what's that? That volcano's still going, people. It's got a live webcam. It's been a real pleasure. Sorry that I didn't manage to get the fighter pilot on, but he said he was going to get back to me. He's confirmed that he's coming on. Semi-Agog's coming on too. I've written to Posey, so we should be having some good guests coming on soon, which will help break up the, just me chatting, which does need a bit of breaking up occasionally. People, it's been a pleasure. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Ta-da! Audio check, please.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around.
She thinks I am.
Nobody wants to give a buddy one
Sub Roy Hill, got it.
Can't go on a take.
No worries, Livy. It's been a pleasure, love. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse in the world of what you drive.
Nice one, Ralph.
Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point.
See you later, John. See you, Packer. Cheers, Fionn. Roger. Over.
Underneath the wave, I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head.
Cheers, Elsie. You done it, Alan. Absolute whole thing.
Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made.
See you later, MSM.
She says warriors don't give up before the war begins.
See you later, MSM.
So I get high to justify the mess I'm in.
See you later, MSM. Oi, give us a 1 in the chat if you checked out that salty cracker link that I put in my Telegram and that Rags put in the stream earlier. Did it give you any optimism? Let me know.
And people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Nice one, Anglo.
Underneath the waves.
Good call, Wolfie.
I'm going deep, deep down
Cheers, Rob.
underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
Oh, nice one on the ones on that salty cracker action. Oh, Pags. Sorry, mate. Only done for 2 hours, 50 minutes. Cheers, Bella. See you later, old pal. Nice one, dog. Steady. Cheers, Bella. See you later. All right. See you later, NSN. Epical. Yeah, man, because the salt must flow. See you later, Plastic Africa.
I'm going deep, deep down.
Oh, I'm not going to get through all these. Bosh. 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 Salty cracker.
I'm going deep, deep down.
Go looking for your BMX rags.
Lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Oh Lord, I'm not going to get through these. There you go, Cragley. Oh, Cragley Hayes. I thought it was Cragley Hill. He's nearly there. He's nearly there. He's nearly there. He's nearly there. There you go. Oh shit. There you go. See you later, Paul. Have a good one, mate. Take it easy. You've been an absolute pleasure, people. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, and don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them. They need to hear it. Hi. Go on. Fuck off down to your own end.